So does it feel like the end of the world to you
No,
with what's happening in New York? Is it really that important to the rest of the country that New York's being taken over by
like,
socialism? It's the end of the world here in Michigan as we know it, isn't it?
yeah, it's
No.
like, well, I'm just thinking of what's going to happen. It's going to be bad. It's not going to be
Is
good.
it? How
I
do we
think it is.
know?
Oh, because it's never what he's planning. If he could get away with near any of it, it's
What do
not
you
going to
mean?
be good.
What do you mean get away? I
Well,
mean, it's what the people want. They voted for him, so he obviously has a mandate to do what he wants, right?
right, but see,
And the people knew what he was going to do before he went in. He didn't. He didn't make up any bullshit. He's not. It's not a switching. It's not a switching train.
It's not being switched.
no, I know that, but it's still what I'm saying is,
Well, why do you say? Why do you use the words like "get away"? Get away with what?
it's like, well, they're going to make demands on their way
Who's
beyond
they?
what their mandate is. The mandate of the people there. Which it's okay. We're supposed to believe in participatory democracy or whatever,
But
but they're
it
not.
is.
These people, yeah, but they don't have the skin in the game. The people
Okay,
want more and more.
he
Don't have the skin in
voted,
the name.
but it's not up to us,
No,
and it's not up to you.
No, it's not up to us, but we're still going to pay a price for it. And
We are going to actually pay.
we're going to pay a
Through the
pay
tax-
allowance and stuff,
through our
taxes.
No, you have no choice in anything you do other than wake up in the morning.
Okay,
Well, okay,
you get
because
real
our-
deep in
because our
philosophy.
You have no control over anything.
Well, that I
Our
agree with.
politicians have
Well,
control over
that's
everything.
that's
Look at our own state. We got a governor who decided that she's gonna do business with the CCP,
yeah.
and there's nothing you can do about it.
See, that's what I think.
So we're gonna be worried about what's going on in New York, and we can't even control.
I'm
what's
not
going
worried.
on in Michigan.
I'm not saying I'm worried. I'm just saying and I'm not worried about it because there, like you said, there's nothing we can do about it. But it's still going to have an impact on us because it's still going. I mean,
Why?
it's because
New
it's
York.
a million. Yeah, how many people are in the new city of New York City?
What does it matter?
You're being
There's five
that's being
songs.
I'm
realistic.
asking you how does New York affect Michigan?
It,
What did they produce? Nothing.
well, no, there's
Nothing.
manufacturing.
They have financial markets. That's all they have. They don't produce anything.
well, that,
They
that
don't. There's no oil that comes out of there. There's nothing that comes. Nothing's manufactured in New York
City.
City
City,
or New York for the most part, other than the farmers. And there's some steel. They have nothing of any value.
But we're talking about New York City. We're not talking about New York, New York. We're
Okay.
talking about New York City.
That's when New York. I thought you meant New York. Now, I still think there's going to be a knocking on the door of the federal government 2 or 3 years down the road, demanding more money, and they're going to have to find a way. You got all these people dependent on this
They
stuff.
can knock.
They're
They're
gonna
not
be-
going
But what I'm saying is, it's like we've had conversations before. The only important cities in the United States are New York, Chicago, and
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles, and maybe Seattle. That's all the news talks about. Like, we should be so concerned about these other cities. It's because they have lobbyists and propaganda
that's true.
behind them that makes you think, oh, if New York fails, we're gonna fail. If New York fails, they fail. It's
Well-
not gonna. We're our own little country here in Michigan. If you think about it,
I don't think
we
I-
have
that sounds-
everything here.
We do have it logistically. That's not debate. I don't debate that. We could produce we have manufacturing, some manufacturing.
We have
agricultural-
manufacturing, we have
agricultural.
agriculture, we have everything we need to be self-sustaining here in Michigan if the governor really wanted to be.
Yeah, well, our government does everything it can to prevent that from happening, though. I mean, they pass legislation just impedes any possibility of innovation and entrepreneurship because they want to keep. They already have their selected winners because those selected winners will pay the massive amount of money to be in that heat. That's
Okay,
what it has.
But my argument is, if New York fails, New York fails. If Los Angeles fails, Los Angeles fails. It's not going to affect us as a state.
I think
Maybe as a nation,
Well,
as taxes come from Washington to go to these places, but there's not going to be any direct taxes from Michigan going to New York
Well, no,
or.
I think it's funny. I mean, if you watch, here's a guy that goes up there and
But-
says, "I
but-
want to raise your taxes."
But it's funny
they
to
still
you,
vote
but
for 'em.
obviously the average New Yorker, it's not funny because 54%, or is it?
50.1. 50.1.
I'll give him 54% is the numbers I've seen of the people that voted
Okay.
wanted
So
this person.
basically,
So,
this says the guys that live in New York City are basically stupid.
yeah,
no, they're not. Why are they stupid? They
Because-
got what they
because
wanted. Why
they
are
got-
they stupid?
Because
Why?
they-
Who are you to say that they're stupid? You don't live in New York. You
Okay.
don't know what the conditions are.
Have you been to New York City?
No, and I don't want to go.
Oh, neither. Okay. So here's New York City. Basically, Steve, you just looked at a group of people who just went out
I
there
just looked at a group of people that went and voted for somebody that they wanted to be their mayor.
who didn't
And
even know.
because
They don't even know
because
the
they
word.
didn't vote the way that you want them to vote,
no,
they're
no.
stupid.
No, Steve. It's not the way that I wanted them to vote. I don't care how they vote. I'm on the board with you. Is that the
Okay, there's people in this state that voted for the governor, and I voted for her the first time around because I wasn't voting for that shitbag. What was his name?
DeVos?
Who's
DeVos?
trying to run? Thank God he didn't try to run again.
DeVos?
Shooty.
Oh,
Shooty.
Shooty, yeah, I couldn't
Shooty.
stand Shooty.
I couldn't vote for that piece of
Because
shit.
when his attorney general, he didn't do. I don't think he did that much.
I
Okay.
thought she
we
was
get
going
back
to
to our
actually
point?
make. No, I'm just saying that
Okay.
you can't
didn't-
call a group of people
No,
who
okay.
voted the way that they wanted to vote stupid because of the way that they voted because you
You're
don't
right.
agree with it.
I'm not saying I should use a different word. How about a word as unintelligently voting?
No.
I don't
Okay.
think. I don't think they're looking down the road about to more than just beyond.
Okay,
the
one.
How about this? How about they're so
I-
high and mighty that they forget what their brain is? How about that one?
No. How
Here's the fact.
about
How
the
about-
man had good things to say that they agreed with, and what
Oh,
he said is what
wait.
they wanted, and that's why they voted for him.
Okay,
And
stop.
that's no.
Stop.
I'm
Wait a
not
second.
stopping.
Wait a second. You got to look at that point, though. There's a point with this one is when you sit there and say, we're going to raise your taxes on everybody, and that makes all the rich people and all the people we're going to raise
Okay,
them
but
more than
that's
it's going,
that's
and
what
we're
they
gonna give-
wanted,
and
and that's
we're gonna
what they
give-
voted for. Then good for them.
and then we're going to give everybody free. We're going to give all free.
education.
No,
Okay,
no.
you say it can't be
Free
done,
stores.
but what if he actually
Free
has
stores.
a plan and he's able to do it? Then what are you going to do?
Okay.
I just don't see it happening.
How do you know
Then
he
it's
can't
not
do
the
it?
federal-
How do you know? Are
You-
you an economist? Have
The-
you studied
the
this
economist-
subject? Do you know
No,
what
but-
goes on in New York?
Have you?
This
studied-
is your personal opinion that you're
Yes, this is
saying.
my personal opinion. You're right. This is my personal opinion. It's not an economy of opinion. You're exactly.
But
right.
I'm not going to call
But
a
it's
group
actually-
of people stupid or
But it's common
unintelligent because
sense.
they.
I'm
No,
sorry. They don't have
it's
common sense.
It's not. It's your common sense.
Okay, it's my common sense versus their common sense. You're correct. It's mine versus common sense versus their common sense. But my common sense would say, yeah, that's not.
Okay,
common
your
sense.
common sense didn't affect. You didn't.
It doesn't affect me.
You
one
still
bit.
have a Democratic governor. So
Democratic
and
socialists
you
going
have the
communist.
same thing. You have a Democratic mayor of Flint.
Okay,
So obviously your common sense isn't
Okay,
the
but-
common sense that everybody has. So
I
the
didn't vote
people
for
of
the guy.
Flint are intelligent too.
No, the guy in Flint didn't say I'm a Democratic communist. He didn't say that.
Okay, we have a city-owned.
So now are we calling?
Okay, we have a city-owned grocery store, so we're already one up on New
New
York.
City, yeah.
Well, we're not saying we're going to be giving everybody.
How do
free
you know?
food. Are we?
Do you
Are we
even know-
giving free food from the? grocery
Yes,
store?
we give free food away. Have you ever heard of food banks?
Yes, I've heard of food banks, but we're not giving free food from the grocery.
The state of
stores.
Michigan funds these food banks. So government is funding the food banks that you're
Okay.
getting free food from. So that's socialism.
See, that's one thing I got to say.
We're also getting the money from businesses.
But you're getting money for government, so it's socialism.
Sure.
That's what I was going to say. You got a point there. I mean, but I do think I have to agree with. I think they're short-sighted, and I think that the people basically who voted, what Mitt Romney did say one fact that I think is salient in this instance is like so much a portion of the population don't pay federal income tax. Well, that's where it probably is applicable there in New York City. The people who demand we want all this stuff don't have any skin in the game. They're not paying anything anyway.
That's
They're in lines just to get
But-
everything for free.
But
that's
they,
the
but they
50% that voted.
shouldn't. So you're telling me they shouldn't have a say?
Well, yeah, okay. I'll tell you what. If everybody wants to sit around and look out of a catalog and say, "I want to order this," and we'll put the tab on this other person, you don't think they have a right to say,
But
we
again,
don't want to pay for it?
again, you still got you got
They have
a Democratic governor of the state of Michigan,
Okay.
who is now our governor, and then she's making decisions, giving people's property away. She's using the DNR and
Right.
giving state land away
to the
for
CCP.
solar.
Yeah.
So you
I don't-
can't tell me
but
that
the thing
we
is that
don't
it-
have it just as bad here.
Well, we do have it just as bad. But the thing is, the city
Well-
of New York City it has about half the population within the 4 or 5 boroughs,
Big
as we do in the state of Michigan.
But what I'm trying to tell you, and
No, actually-
and the rest of the people, it doesn't matter what happens
That's
in
wishful
New
thinking.
York.
I know. Okay, we can be dismissive of it, but it's still going to impact the country. You already said it would impact the United States, but not Michigan.
It's not going to
particular.
affect me any.
It doesn't.
It's
affect
not
us
going to do
directly.
anything to me financially
Directly.
if New York fails. It's
Okay.
not going to change my financial situation
One
if
bit
New
or-
York fails.
So I do think it's going to cause a mass exodus of the producing class, and I think
And
that,
that would be
we
good.
might reap the
If
reward
it
of it.
does, what is that called?
What's that called? Stu?
When business doesn't make it, when a state doesn't make it,
The bankruptcy?
no, it's people making their own minds up. I'm going to move because it's not financially.
Well, I think it's going to. What he depends on is the fat of the land, and it's not going to that fat of the land. It's not going to be present for him to pick the off the bones. I mean, he's not going to be.
Well,
able
there's
to pick it.
obviously
There's
most
a
of
lot of
Wall,
things they
you
can
know,
do.
most of Wall Street's already moved out of New York and just
City.
has like a financial.
Like an edifice there.
Yeah, but like I forget what. There's a big company that just moved out of New York to Florida,
Mhm.
and they just got bare bones in New York just to have it there for the stock exchange.
Yeah, because I mean, it's like and that's the thing is, I think that's going to be right. We could reap the reward of that if we have, say, we have a, they say the brain drain or the intellectual intelligent talent moving out of areas. Michigan could capitalize
Right.
on that. That's one I'd say that might be a bright light in this, but I don't
Well,
see it.
the
as
One
only-
of the things I didn't understand about this race, though, is that why did the Republicans not even think about putting somebody into this race?
They
They
did.
did.
No,
Was that Swalwell?
the Swallow guy was
Sil-
not. He
I thought
was
he
not a Republican.
I thought he was.
He was independent.
Who?
The Swallow.
Silva,
guy.
Silva, Kurt
He's
Silva.
Republican.
He was a.
No, the only independent was Cuomo.
I thought Swallow was.
No, you're backwards. Cuomo was the independent because he lost his primary against Madami or whatever his name is.
Why didn't we put up anybody good?
We did.
Excessive.
The guy was 7. He got 7%.
Well, he still means
He's still a Republican in New York.
that's ballsy in itself, man. I mean, anybody. I mean,
Okay, but if he would have done head to head where there wouldn't have been 3 people in the race, he would have done better.
That's
that's true. I mean, if Silva had dropped out, maybe Cuomo had.
No, it's
Do you think
because,
Cuomo
because
should have
there's,
ran?
I don't even care.
Okay.
Is what I'm trying to say, and you guys are acting like it's in the end of the world that this guy won.
No, where do you get? We're acting like it's in the
Because
world.
you
We're
keep on
discussing
saying
it.
it's going to affect us, and it's going to.
No, it's not. That doesn't make it minute the world. And it's no way.
I mean, we just had a man who was literally shitting in a diaper for 4 years as our president.
Yeah.
You don't think that affected
Well,
things?
yeah. We certainly. If we had other people saying, "Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's his personal choice." Or, well, people voted for him, so we got to be. We don't have to be concerned about it. That's the same thing they said. I mean, and it did have impact on us. But I mean, I think that you can't isolate local all politics is local to some degree, but you have overlap, you have serious impact, you have a ripple effect going on.
But and my argument is the only thing that's saving us is in Michigan is because we have all this industry, and then we have the educational systems, the colleges,
Right.
and then of course the resources that we have in the state, and also it's a vacation
Right.
destination.
Right. And like I said, I'm looking forward to seeing. I'm definitely thinking there's going to be some talent moving out of New York, and they're going to be looking for a place. And this
Well,
would be
hopefully
ideal.
Kettering.
Oh yeah, Kettering. Yeah, but definitely we do have the intellectual base here to draw more people in, and they want to network people who are already established. Like looking around Ann Arbor.
And plus, we're centrally located.
Yeah, we're not that far away from New York and
No.
the shipping lanes and all
And I
that.
do think you're going to see a lot more manufacturing coming back to Michigan. I do think.
I
you're gonna see
think that because I know several. I know
because we are on the other end of where New York is going into Canada and different things like that, and going out the Great Lakes.
But
we were saying.
like you were saying earlier, New York,
Sorry,
the
Johnny.
state is a lot bigger. I mean, land wise
Right.
than
New York City.
the city.
right.
But there might be a mass of people there.
Right. Oh, there is. And when I'm in New York, a lot of people in the upstate New York, they do not really care about the New York City guys. So it's not
Well, it's like Chicago. I mean, that's a city that's a big drain on the whole state of Illinois,
right.
and then because of their legacy costs, for paying for the people, the former employees of Chicago, it's
Right.
because the city of Chicago, they're being taxed. I mean, that's where I'm saying there's an after effect. It's going to impact upon it. See, if you have one cost rise up because an industry is being taxed heavily in one area, you're still going to have a ripple effect. The consumers are still going to ultimately pay the bill. It's not they're not penalizing the
But
corporation
I
that they
mean,
don't pass
okay,
it on.
look at Flint, case in point.
Okay.
Okay, people are always crying the woes of Flint. The corporation raped us. No, it was the people in power
Right.
that made money and that they helped the
Right.
industry make money.
But the,
But the surrounding
Gen-
in Genesee, the like Genesee Township, Flint Township, Grand Blanc, um,
Benton,
hmm,
Benton, Swartz Creek.
everybody else is doing well,
right.
Right.
except for this little populace of Flint
Downtown Flint.
in the center.
Right, because we have poor leadership and we have a gutted infrastructure, and like Terry Banker brought up, like they're selling off the resources on dime on a dollar to private corporations, and that wasn't good. I mean, I believe in privatization, but I think you come here and you bid on a contract and you already have purchased the equipment or made I got loans to purchase the equipment. You don't take the stuff that's already been paid for by tax dollars to be able to buy that and then become the provider of that service.
Well, look at how we
That's what
got
happened here.
burned by taking down that hotel.
Right.
What was the name of it?
The Durant.
The Durant, not the
Oh, I
Durant.
mean the towers
The
downstairs. The
towers.
towers, yeah, because the city attorney said we had a right to do what we're going to do, and we demoed it. We imploded it, and we ended up on the hook for paying the owner millions and millions. We're still paying for
Still
it.
paying for it.
Yeah, what was it 60, 80 million, something like that? Ungodly. I mean, and they did. I mean, it was like
A lot of poor decisions made
very poor.
because we have some of the most uneducated people, other than, well, at least you had street smarts, Williamson,
Yeah,
but he was the only one in my lifetime. Well, not my lifetime, but
Since you're
in the last 25 years, it's been worth the crap.
yeah, because thing is he made his money. He's like a politician should be. That's what the intended was. You do well in one industry or agriculture or or like you're a state, you own a state or whatever. Then you sat back and say, I'm now going to give back to the community or
But
whatever.
think about
Well, you
all
don't
the
do
things
now.
that happened. He fixed all the roads
He-
and got them all repaved in the city of Flint. City of Flint was the cleanest it had ever been during the Williamson administration. And he also had forethought and thought of the future. He had a vision
Right.
for the city of Flint. And since him, there's been nobody with a vision.
No,
Now, they only see they don't see what is that old thing, the forest through the trees.
trees, right.
All it's become is a victimization. Don had
Yeah.
a
Oh,
vision.
the water. Guess what? They're pouring dirty water all over the United States, and even here in Michigan, people. I just seen one just outside of a Grand Rapids that had dirty
Dirty water.
water.
Yeah, they made it like, oh, it's all racial. It's not. I mean, there were cities in Ohio which were predominantly white who had 3 times the lead content of our water. And I'm saying that I don't like what happened. I mean, my sister.
But
God
you
bless
know
her.
how it
Yeah.
happened. It happened through mismanagement.
Right.
When they turned on the water, the pressure was too high and made the soot go up in the low spots in the pipe, and they caused it.
Right.
Yeah, and what it was too, they had people who had been in there, who had been workers in the the water department, who basically were died off or they retired, and they didn't tap them because they had a lot of notes. I was told this by a guy I was talking to in the neighborhood one time. Yeah, me and my friend Kevin was talking to him, and he actually said there was like a contamination going on and stuff, and people were trying to, how the hell is this happening? And somebody, an old timer, looked at it and said, "Oh, you forgot." He had a card. It was like an index card. There's these places just filled full of a different place in the water department. He pulled it out and he goes, "Here's where you got to turn this on so that problem's taken care of." It was like a simple fix. They take a few hours to do, but they were worried about it was contamination from bird droppings, and it was getting into the water source. And they're dealing with it, but they're wondering where the hell is this all coming from? And he pointed. This old timer pointed it out. Yes, I mean, it's what it is. There was no management. There was no communication in the water department. And this is that's what it was like. We talked to this
It was.
guy about an
It
hour.
was. I mean, it was like monkeys with fire.
That's exactly. It was insane how poorly it was done. I mean,
That they had no idea what they were doing,
Well-
but they were doing it.
okay, if you were going to do something on a large scale, it's going to impact people. I would be I'm very timid about this kind of stuff. I would say let's do a test run and see. Maybe we'll do like 5,000 houses. We'll turn on the valves and go.
Well,
to 5,000
you remember
houses.
it wasn't a good idea under Williamson, was it?
No,
No, but as soon as Williamson gets out of office, then what was it Dane Wallen?
Dane Wallen.
Dane
he's the one
Wallen.
Dane
that-
Wallen,
yeah.
I'm gonna turn on our water. I may not know how to do it, but
I'm gonna do it,
we're
buddy.
gonna do it, buddy.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is, I mean, another thing is too, it's political. Like
He was a Rhodes Scholar.
well, the drain commissioner, like is actually just it's a political position, and they should be required to have a background in chemistry and environmental science or something, but they're not. It's a political,
But
you know,
this
politically
dude's been
done.
in there since the early '80s.
1880s.
The 18
No, well, he's might as well been.
There's somebody we did a lot of shows from the studio through the studio about during that water crisis, and it was just
They were blaming everybody, but who should
should
have been blamed?
Yeah, just like yeah, they're blaming
Snyder.
the governor. Yeah,
The
Snyder.
governor for, and then you could see the picture of all the leadership, I guess you would call it, of the city of Flint holding up. Dane Walling was there with the glass of water.
Yep,
Remember?
yep. And
Yep.
then well, even
But
okay,
it wasn't their fault.
Yeah.
They're the ones who made the decision, even though it was under management of the state at the time. But they still let them in and let them make decisions, and we were still paying those
yeah,
suckers
they're still getting
for
paid.
doing nothing during that time.
Yeah, basically, and they're just basically the state just they took over the plans they already came up with, but yet the state was on the hook for it. I mean, that's the thing is we put people in positions because
Well, it
politics,
was easy because, be honest, the Snyder was and probably still is white.
right.
And that's the scapegoat is the old white guy.
He didn't
He's
care.
the one that dastardly white guy. He did that to the blacks in Flint.
Yeah, and that's what I get so tired of hearing about because they said like they made it sound like all white people, no white people were affected by it. I know
That's what I would think
Yeah,
by all the reports.
Yeah.
That there were no white babies or white people that were affected by the water.
right.
I've known 4 or 5 white people who got killed because of it.
I've known
Well, and
That
it's
no, I mean
not
honestly,
proven.
my sister's got
wow.
blood, she's got blood in her bones because of the double drinking water,
Yeah.
and it might have been a contributing factor to my niece's death. Okay, so I mean, but you know, you can't. They're both white, by the way. You know,
But the
so
problem is that death doesn't care about your race. People don't care about race.
chemicals don't care
Except
about
for
you.
if you care about
No,
someone's
but
race.
at the time, even our well-educated mayor at the time, when she got on TV, all of a sudden, she didn't sound well-educated.
No, she's just
She picked up all that slang, the way that she was talking in front of the cameras, and we knew her, knew of her, and had talked. You talked to her
totally.
on the phone. She didn't talk like that
No.
when she was talking to us.
No.
we saw that. We also saw that in Kamala Harris. I mean, she's trying to sound like she's a homegirl.
An Indian,
Yeah, or
pretending
Indian.
to
Yeah,
be black.
she morphed. She morphed everywhere. Hillary Clinton did that wherever she was
Why
addressing.
do you, when you start talking about race, why does a person, when they start talking about how bad race is, why do they become so stupid when they sound like that? Why do you start going into a slang when you have? Why can't you just talk? Why can't you just talk very educatedly versus acting like you're?
Well, I
from a
understand
different
changing your
country?
tone and in the way that you speak, depending on the audience.
Yeah, I can
And
understand.
if
that.
you got a business, you're going to talk to certain business leaders a certain way. If you're casual, you're going to talk casually a certain way. I'm not talking about slang. I'm
But-
just talking about your tone and your modulation.
Yeah,
But if
Charlie,
I'm talking, if I'm talking to my
You're not
friends-
going to talk like you're talking to businessmen when you're talking to children.
But if I'm talking to my friends, I don't care if my friends are white or black. I'm still talking to them the same way. I don't
No,
change
if you're
my-
speaking on a microphone to business people, you're going to speak in a certain way. And if your audience is casual, you're going to speak in another way.
well, if you look at a public speaking book, they'll say that address, gauge your audience. Know
Yeah,
your.
you want to make
read
them
your
feel
room. Yeah.
comfortable with you.
But
right. But I mean, I don't know. I don't.
No,
Do you
the
speak
southern
slang?
accent. No, that's going too far. That's like mocking the people you're talking to.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
These guys mock everybody, and the black culture, they accept it, and I don't understand it.
No, they don't. They try to tell you that they do. They
Well-
try to. It's white people. It's white Karens that try to tell you how other races feel.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
That's
what. I'll
correct.
tell you what. There was this up here in McDonald's here in Stewart one time. There was this black girl, and she talked like ghetto, right?
Yes.
And there was
Which
a
drives-
black-
That is the one thing in the world that kills me. I can't handle
Well,
that.
when she would talk ghetto, and there was a black woman working there, I heard her actually say, "I can't understand what the hell she's saying," and I was like, "Wow, you overdid it, man." I mean, it was like, and she was trying to fit in too much. And And that's, I think most people would take if somebody said real to me, I would take it as being condescending. If
It
somebody
is.
tried to use, the vernacular that I'm
Well,
at.
same thing. I
Yeah.
mean, if you started speaking with the Southern drawl all of a sudden because you were talking to a bunch of people from
From the
South
South.
Carolina or
down
something like
south.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would say, you wait a minute, you're this is pretend. You're putting this on and you're putting me on. I would
They
take
would
offense
see
to
it
Well-
and they would say something about it.
Actually, though,
But
when you're down south enough, because when I lived down in Texas, when I was down in Texas for a long time, when I was going to college and everything like that, I picked up that slang, came home, and then when I talked to a lot of my friends, still from Texas,
I tell you,
still
when I
pick up
lived
that
in
slang.
Texas,
I still
until
have
the
that
day I
slang.
die, pop will be pop. I'll never call it
So,
soda.
Well,
Or I'll call
I
it
got
Coke.
slapped.
I'll call it Coke too. They call it.
They
where
call
I
it
was from,
Coke.
they call it Coke.
Yeah, I got slapped.
But I
'cause
can
that's
I
what
can
pop.
deal with the Coke, but I'm not gonna call it soda.
Yeah,
And
I
we're-
got yeah.
we're
Soda is something.
I called Pepsi Coke. I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah, I'm gonna go in and get a Coke, and that my mom would always say that. I'm gonna go in and get some Coke,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
come
weird.
out with Pepsi, whatever's on sale.
yeah, right now, while we're drinking Dr. Peppers.
Oh, because I made a mistake. I wanted to try the
it's ain't too
I
bad.
like it.
the blackberry
I like
It's
the
not bad.
Blackberry.
Yep. So it's
blackberry Dr Pepper.
I like it.
it's really cool too. Yeah.
It's our experience. It's good.
No, but no, I think that I think languages. I can understand both
But
sides.
do you
of it.
still think the people in New York are stupid?
New York City, yes, I do. I think New York City.
Yeah, that was heated
think-
earlier, wasn't it?
I think that I have always thought that they are uppity.
And I
think
didn't
they're
mean
stupid.
it was a rhetorical question.
Well, okay, no, you've been in New York. Okay, you've been.
I have
so-
too.
No, you have.
Yes,
Well, see, so you said you never been to that.
I didn't say that. I just said I wouldn't want to go there.
Oh, okay.
He said he doesn't want to go back.
Oh, back. Okay, because I mean, I always
I
had
don't
the
wanna go
impression
back
they
to New
would
York
be
City.
really. I've talked to people online that were from New York, and some are really cool.
Well, how long
No.
do you have to live somewhere before you can say you live there?
Right.
Does it have to
more
be
than a
more
month.
than a week?
Yeah, probably
Yeah.
more than a
Okay,
week.
then I didn't live there, but I stayed there.
Yes, I would say I have no inclination to ever go to New York City. Never did. I mean, I like Chicago. That's close enough. So give me a taste of Big City,
no,
but I
I-
like Chicago back
I
years ago.
was young and
Dumb.
I got a locker in Chicago and I stayed inside at a bus station.
Serious.
I had a 3-hour wait there,
Okay. All right.
and I was young. It was scary.
I
At the
think
bus
it,
station downtown.
I think it would be. See, I don't know. I never
I
felt
just made sure the lock I could lift it
That was it.
and stayed in the locker.
I think it would be a scary place. I do.
It was. It was at night.
It's like,
Oh, I went to the VA hospital in Chicago, and I'll tell you what, that was the scariest town I've ever.
well, it's scary now, but I was going on there
We're
a lot in
talking
the 80s,
in
90s.
1970s
Yeah.
when I
Oh,
went.
that had to be scary down there.
Oh, that's wow. That would have been
I went down there.
that was an era of really bad stuff. I mean, it was high crime. It was filthy. I mean,
Chicago's always been.
no, I'm talking about
Crappy.
New York. You're talking about New York.
No, Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago. Yeah.
Chicago's never been a safe city. I'm sorry.
See, I don't know.
No, it didn't-
Sorry.
maybe nice. I mean, during the day to visit on Amtrak.
Yeah, I was like on Amtrak. That's when I went
I'm
down
trying
there.
to figure out has Chicago ever been a good place to go to?
Yeah, for
Oh, yeah,
tourism.
tourism, yeah, but you stay
They
in the
took care-
hotels.
It was safe.
You walked
for
in-
tourists,
You walked that mile
but
strip
not
down
the.
there.
I'm not the bus
The
station.
Michigan, the Michigan Mile.
You're on Union Station.
I don't
I
remember.
think
It was
it's Union Station.
downtown.
Yeah, it was a beautiful building. If you ever,
It was at night.
oh, okay.
I know one thing. When I go there for conventions, I go to the convention hall. I get in the convention hall. I stay there at the convention hall. I get out of the convention
But
hall. I
no,
go home.
Chicago for tourists used to be one of the safest cities you could go to. Same thing with New York. They
Yeah.
took care of their tourists. It was just the dum dums that got off the beaten track. They got all the bad things that happened to them.
I don't know. I just
No, because they didn't want back then. The tourism was big. They didn't want people being mugged.
now they.
If you're gonna mug somebody, mug a New Yorker.
I think the last time they had a really good mayor was back when they had Giuliani.
That's most people. That's a consensus I've heard of. I mean, everybody I talked to. I mean, movies even recommend. It's like they call him the Great Mayor. They call
Yeah.
him, and it's like he did what he did was really great during the 9/11. It was masterful. He was like nobody could beat him on that. Nobody.
So I think you give this guy a chance to see what he does. If he screws up, he screws up. But I tell you what, you cannot tell you cannot. I want to see what the Democrats are going to be. You cannot say now the Democrat parties are not.
And you
the
can't
Communist Party.
blame what's I don't want to call him. Is it Siwa?
Soa.
You can't blame him. The Democrats chose their person.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're gonna blame anybody, blame Cuomo for running as independent.
Yeah, because he was the
Upsetter.
He upsetter,
He's
yeah.
the one that pulled all the
He couldn't.
votes.
He couldn't let his pride let him go. His pride would not let him step out.
No, because you want to know why people run for offices that big? Because they get to have war chests.
Right.
They don't, and he's probably got millions of dollars that are just sitting there that he accumulated, and now he has control over those millions of dollars to do what he wants with.
Well, that's true. I mean, they don't have to give it back.
That's why the main reason why people run for office, for
Yeah,
big
that war chest,
offices,
right.
is to get money.
And some people, I mean, I can't believe how many. I mean, I've had friends that ran for office and lost. One of my friends just lost in a local election here last night, and that's got to be a devastating thing to them. You know, their personality, their psyche. But some people, like you have, like what's his name, Romney. I mean, he's nonplussed by it. He just keeps on going. I mean, he doesn't have any sense.
Romney?
Mitt Romney. He doesn't get bothered by being
Oh,
rejected.
he was already a millionaire.
Yeah.
And now
Is he still running? I thought he's done.
No, I don't know if he is or not. He
No.
wrote a surface.
but he made money, him and McCain.
Oh, yeah.
What do
They
you
all
think about?
made money.
Okay, talk about the shutdown. What do you think about that?
I
That
don't care. It doesn't affect me.
it doesn't affect me,
It
but
doesn't affect most of us. I
And
mean,
what it did do is it showed all this all the fraud that was going on with the SNAP program. Do you know the average person only that they're saying is going to go into a food deficit is only getting like $38?
really,
Yeah, it's not that bad. Okay, when I was in the army, they would say when numbers are big, use numbers, and which percentages.
right?
When the number's too small, use percentages, and that's exactly what they're doing. They're making it sound worse than it is with percentages.
All right. Do you think the Democrats are going to fold and say, "Hey, you know what? We're done"?
They were just waiting until after election. That's what Cruz was saying, that by tomorrow or Thursday it'll be over.
yes, I did see him say that myself, and that makes sense.
Well, how can these mugs say stuff like that? How can they already know. They already made deals. They already know that it's going to be over. They knew before it started when it would be over.
Well, they were going to say
Okay,
that.
but
They'd already said.
But
that
I was
after
talking
they
to my
advanced.
older brother. What are they covering up? What are they using? Every time they never let. What did
Never let a
Rahm
crisis.
Emanuel.
no, it wasn't Rod. It was
Rahm
A
Emanuel.
Rod or whatever his name is. What did he say? Never let a
Crisis go.
crisis go to
Rahm
waste?
Emanuel said,
Yeah.
"Never let a good
So
crisis
what
go."
are they doing with the sleight of hand right now that we don't know that they're doing? Something's going on. We'll find out.
Yeah, on the road it will. It'll come out, and how much we're going to lose a lot of money. I don't know. Just they are playing politics. That's the best expression. They play it,
And they don't care about this. Doesn't prove to people that neither side cares about you.
And I think
None of them are worth a shit. There's not one politician that's worth a shit.
no, there isn't. I mean, let's face it. Trump was good because he wasn't a politician, and yeah, he did a lot of good. I got issues with some of the stuff he did, but because he wasn't a politician, he didn't have this checkered past politically. You know, otherwise he had a checkered past maybe, but he didn't have a checkered past to overlook for the politics and politically. And he tried to deliver on everything he said he was going to do. You know,
Well, what are
especially-
they trying to do behind the scenes? The Democrats and there's some Republicans that are trying to make Trump look bad at every move on everything that he does. He has to think and rethink everything he's going to do before he does it. He has to make it bulletproof and also booby trap it for these dum-dums.
He's faced a lot of opposition from his own party and the Democrats.
Oh, just look how they automatically, he's in the office one day and they're already blaming the prices of eggs on him.
Oh, he
And
didn't
how
more
long,
than eggs
how
on
long
one
did
day.
how long did they blame eggs on him?
Yeah.
For the
Oh,
first
you said eggs were going to come down.
on the first day,
And then when the eggs come down, then okay.
nothing.
Nothing.
It's like, well, we'll find something. We know you're hiding something.
We haven't
Yeah.
heard a damn thing about eggs since they came down.
No, we haven't. No, another thing is too.
Nor have you heard anything about gas coming down.
No, the price and that dropped considerably.
I haven't heard Cory Booker up on the Senate crying about gas. Have you?
Nope.
Have you seen Chuck Schumer sit out there and say and hold an avocado up in an egg?
No,
up
because
yet?
well, I don't know why we call her AOC.
AOC.
Yeah, that's so stupid. She's
How about asshole C? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
why not just call her Representative?
Cortez.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
why do you have to call her AOC? Because they thought it was cute.
Well,
Yeah.
that's the thing for the Democrats. Like you have JFK, LBJ, and then who do you got? Donald Trump. They pronounce his name.
I understand JFK was a pretty good president.
But I'm saying they refer to as their initials.
I give him respect. If
Yeah.
if he wanted to be JFK, he could be JFK.
If
I
you
don't-
wanted to screw Marilyn Monroe,
But
hey,
anybody after him, no.
No.
You don't get initials.
You got to go by your full name.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Then you got to
You just be another Cortez.
yeah. Another Cortez.
Come here, Cortez.
Yeah, it's like, and I bet you a lot of
You know what I
Cortez-
did like? What I did like about what I do like about Donald Trump is the thing where he's got that thing with he does those has that one guy does the social media memes. So when Chuck Schumer goes out and does his little thing, you just see those guys going out there screaming. I think that is
It
just-
was pretty funny.
Yeah, he's got a sense. I mean, he lampoons his opponents really well. I mean, they get
and it
bitter.
pisses them off.
Well, another president that was sort of had that same demeanor was Bill Clinton.
Oh, yes,
Yes.
yeah.
If he would have had memes.
Oh God, we'd be all screwed. They'd all be screwed. The Republicans were. But this morning when you woke up, when I went to bed last night about 3:00 in the morning, it was like, oh my God, the Republicans. And finally, one guy actually did say it. He just came around and he said the Republicans got their ass kicked last night.
No, they didn't.
But and then
How
Trump
did
asked-
they get their ass kicked?
And then Trump said, "I'm not on the ballot. I wasn't on the ballot."
No, I'm saying how okay, you got these were all Democrat. They didn't win any Republican cities.
no.
No, they were all Democrats.
It
They
doesn't-
won Democrats. So how did Republicans get their ass?
Yes, yeah. I'd say I could see this. If you want to look at a bigger picture, it might be considered a setback. What happened last night?
Well,
But-
how? How is it a
They're all-
setback? Okay,
they're
I'm
blaming
asking
the
you.
economy.
When you've had Republican, Democrat after Democrat after Democrat, so every year that a Democrat won, you're saying a Republican. What I'm saying is that a Republican hasn't won New York in how many years?
20 some years now.
And so you're going to say they got their ass kicked because they lost one more?
They lost another time.
So
after
how
20
did they
years.
get their ass
They didn't
kicked
get
by
their ass
losing
kicked.
New York?
But it was just funny because when you woke up in the morning, you just heard all about, oh my God, the Democrats lost. I mean, the Republicans got their ass kicked last night because of all this stuff. And I'm sitting there thinking, how the hell? And then they're like, oh, but look at here. And then they showed this one thing about the New York Times, how they put the Russian scepter or the Chinese scepter over New York Times today about communism being over New York,
Yeah.
So, I mean, about the red.
Well, it's just like every time the Israelis look bad, all of a sudden they bring out the boogeyman Muslim.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, now all the news is covering Muslims.
They're trying to distract us, man. It's like it's not working. No, I think that's what I don't know about Israel though. It's like I think there's a big thing about people who are Jewish and living in New York City are saying they're going to exit now because of the outcome.
Oh,
of the
they
election.
voted guess who was
I-
shaking
Some.
his hand? Schumer all but endorsed him.
I know, and it's like I can't put a beat on this. If you're wealthy and Jewish
then-
and you say you hate Muslims, or you're scared of them, then you turn around and back them.
Okay, the
Schumer.
Yeah.
whatever Montoya from Princess Bride. What's the actor's name?
Mandy Patinkin, yeah,
He was pushing.
yeah, for
He took pictures with them and made political ads for him, and he came out against Israel.
Yeah,
but then he came out for this guy.
yes. I'm confused. I mean, I don't know how this can work out. I don't think I can reconcile these
Schumer?
factors.
Not Schumer. He goes where the money is.
Yeah,
He is a paid prostitute. That's who Schumer
All
is.
political
that's all they are.
appointees.
They're prostitutes and three.
So somebody came out and says this man wants to have legalized prostitution in New York. I'm thinking we have legalized
It's called the
prostitution in the
politicians.
Senate and the Congress. Why the hell?
At least it's more honest than
New York, the guy's at least being honest.
Well, when you hook up with a hooker, at least you're getting something you and want out of
Yeah.
it. You know,
We're getting screwed and we don't.
we're not enjoying it.
Yeah, but we don't have enough money to worry about it.
You know, could you imagine if we actually started doing that? We actually, the United States, the people in the United States, started building a war chest where ourselves to go against these politicians. Say, hey, we see that you got
But the
political
thing they
aspirations.
never it's just like the picture where the one guy's standing on the board and telling these people he's on the board
Yeah,
over the
over a cliff,
cliff,
right.
and all these people are standing on the board,
right.
and they could just step off the board and he could fall over, but they're all scared of the guy at the end of the
Yep.
board
Well, yeah, it's-
wagging his finger.
That's what always puzzled me. Why do we allow people to have rule over us? I mean,
Because they give us TikTok, they give us YouTube, and
well, before that,
and we
though,
have sports. Because okay, my parents were concerned about things, and they made sure that they went to vote. I don't even think people knew that Tuesday that there were elections going on for the most part.
well, somebody came into the studio yesterday and said, "Are you going to be voting?" And I went, "Oh my god!" So I had to look it up quick on the internet, went to the city's website, and I was like, "Nope, we don't have any elections here." And I told him, he said, "Why isn't there elections? Nobody takes part." I said, "There's nothing to vote on."
There's
Nothing to-
nothing to vote on.
I mean, but
But
it's
the
like,
average person didn't know.
no,
No.
Because most people don't want. I mean,
There's
I don't
nothing.
watch the news, especially if they were talking about New York. I don't watch that shit.
I don't either. I mean, it's like that's way far away from me. But no, I mean, I think we should be. I think it's. And I'm criticizing myself. I mean, I should have been more aware. It's November. It's coming up. There's some of the elections.
Well,
coming up.
I get absentee ballots. So if I don't get a ballot, I know that there's nothing
Nothing
on the ballot for me to vote.
Now, see, right, I guess I prefer just going down and voting at the church where we have our polling place. But I mean, I probably should go to the ballots because getting older and maybe more forgetful. But no, I didn't see anything there. But a lot of people assumed there was going to be something going on in Flint too, but there wasn't. I mean, what are we going to vote on? I mean, we already got a piss poor city council. So anyway,
Oh, well, it's been good. It's been what, 3 months since we've been together.
yeah, at least
So,
3 months.
Well,
So,
since we've been together on
yeah,
here.
on the air.
So.
So anyway.